Hello everyone, I am Jaya Kagda, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government City College, Nayapur, Hyderabad. Today I am discussing the topic same from banking theory and practice, and the topic is payment of checks. So as we all know the normal thing, what is a payment of check? Whenever we have a check, we will go to bank and the banker is supposed to pay that check to the customer. So in that case, what are the duties means obligation of the banker and what are the rights of the banker related to payments of check. So payments of check, section 31, negotiable instrument, banker is supposed and obliged statutorily to pay the check of his customer if it is otherwise in order on demand. What is a check? Section 6 of negotiable instrument, it is a bill of exchange drawn on a specified banker not expressed to be payable otherwise on demand. Bills of exchange. Section 5 of negotiable instrument. A bills of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker, directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. So here section 6, section 5 of the Negotiable Instrument Act is nothing but the check and bills of exchange. Prerequisite for honoring check. The check must be drawn in a proper form. So as we all know, the check have certain rules and regulation. So check must be drawn in a proper form. Drawer check signature must correspond with a specimen signature. Means signature is the correct one. The check must not be either the stale or post dated check. Means the check should not be toned or the it should not be stale one or pre post dated one. The amount should be expressed in word or in words and figure which should agree. When the amount in words and figures do not agree, the amount in the words is to be paid. So both the thing, the amount paid in words and amount paid in figure should be tallied. Okay. The next thing is multilated check. It may be intentionally or accidentally. If it is accidentally, it is to be confirmed by the drawer. If it requires confirmation, the check is to be returned with remark. The multilated check require confirmation. So if at all anything is not confirmed, the banker is not supposed to refuse to pay the check. Material alteration, section 87 of negotiable instrument. An alteration which is in any way alters materially or substantially the operation of the instrument and the liabilities of the party there is to the material alteration. The material alteration makes a check void unless the alteration confirmed by the check. So as per the 87 of negotiable instrument, so it is if at all any alteration is there, the check should not be void unless alteration is confirmed. So if at all any changes is there, it should be confirmed by the drawer. If it is not confirmed, then the banker is not supposed to accept that particular check. Confirmation is to be done by all the joint signatory in case of joint operation, any one of the person who is authorized to operate the account as per the mandate, not necessary the one who signed the check. Only the drawer can alter an order check into the bearer's check by striking the word order or substituting the word bearer. However, any of the parties of a bearer check can make it an order, only one by just striking off the words bearer. So here confirmation is to be done. If at all any joint signatory means one account can be jointly handled by the two person or three person. In that situation, confirmation should be done with all the person, all the party. Then only the banker is supposed to uh, take that check and pay the amount. All the bearers should strike it off with the substituting bearer. The check must be properly endorsed. So, what do you mean by the endorsement? As we all know, endorsement is nothing but one party endorsing that particular check to other party. Means that party is not liable to pay the amount. He endorsed that check to other party, then other party is liable to pay that amount. So in this situation, the check must be properly endorsed. If one party is endorsing check to other party, then everything is properly done. If not properly done, then both the parties are supposed to ask for the check payment, and they can claim the amount, and they can file a case against the banker if at all he do something wrong. In case of the bearer check, endorsement is not required. It remains a bearer's check despite the endorsement on the reverse. So if at all any reverse is done, the section 85 of negotiable instrument, an order instrument requires to be endorsed. An order check can be paid to the bearers if the endorsement is blank. So if at all endorsement is blank, then order check can be paid to the bearer. So whoever is a person, means drawer, the drawing, only two parties are there. If at all it is endorsed, the endorser, endorsee, then the parties change. If nothing is mentioned, it keeps blank. So bearer is the final person to whom the amount is paid. Next thing, when can a banker refuse the payment? So here, as we are telling, the banker have rights to rights on some things, and banker is supposed to perform some duties. So even the banker has right to refuse the payment. So in which cases the banker is supposed to do that? Notice from the customer countermanding payment. So if at all any notice from the customer, the banker is refused to pay the payment. Notice of customer death. If any customer death is there, so banker is not supposed to pay any check because the person is not alive. Notice of customer insanity. So if the person is not correct person, sound person, the person has become the mad person, unsound person, in that case, the notice of customers bankruptcy. So in the situation where the customer is not in a position to pay a single fine, everything is going in the losses, in that situation the banker is refused to pay the payment. Doubt regarding the person presenting the check. If at all any time a banker has a doubt on the any person, this check is not drawn by the correct person or genuine person, he refused to pay the payment. Notice of attachment. If at all any notice come from the court of law, so this person is not a correct person, or this person is a fraud person, in that situation also the banker refused to pay the payment. Notice of garnish order. So in this situation also banker refused to pay the payment. So all this situation the banker refused to pay the payment to their customer. Protection to payee banker. Section 128 of negotiable instrument against payment of crossed check. If the payment is made in due course, Section 85 of negotiable instrument protection for uncrossed check. So protection to, if at all the banker is paying the amount, the paying banker, so they have the situation, Section 85 of negotiable instrument act give the protection. Payment in due course. Section 10 of negotiable instrument, payment in accordance with the tenor of the instrument in good faith and without negligence to any person in possession thereof under circumstances which do not afford a reasonable ground for believing that he is entitled to receive payment of amount mentioned therein. So here payment in due course, whenever the instrument, negotiable instrument, payment in accordance with the tenor of the instrument, good faith, means they are doing this things with a good intention. Without negligence of any person in possession, there are under circumstances which do not afford a reasonable ground for believing that he is entitled to receive payment of amount mentioned there. So all this comes in the section 10 of Negotiable Instrument Act. Money paid by mistake. Person receiving the money is aware that he is not entitled to the money. The banker has a right to recover. If an agent receives the payment on behalf of principal and he is not aware that he is not entitled to receive the money and the money he receives is transferred to principal, the banker does not have a right to recover from the agent since he changed his position and since he is no more an agent for that particular transaction. If the mistake of payment is immediately brought to the notice of the person to whom the amount is paid before he alter his position, then the banker can recover from such person to whom the payment is made. So in this situation, the banker play a very important role. If at all he comes to know that he paid amount to wrong person by mistake, in that situation, banker can recover such amount from the person they have made the payment. The person receiving the money is not aware, then he will becomes the agent, and if at all any position alteration is done and if at all any wrong payment is done to the agent, in that situation the banker play a role and they can recover the amount from those person. If the banker find out after passing the check that the account has no sufficient fund, if the banker find out that the customer is not having a amount in their account, in that situation the check is passed and paid to an innocent holder. The banker cannot recover the amount from the person to whom it is paid, even the person has not left the bank. If an amount is wrongly credited by the third party into the account of the bank's customer, the bank cannot repay the amount to the third party without the consent of his customer. Even though his customer is legally liable to pay to the third party, the banker cannot pay without the consent of his customer. As we all know, the banker is not responsible for the by mistake if at all any amount is coming in the customer's account. Here the customer is the person who is liable to pay the amount. So here it is a responsibility of the customer to pay that amount to the third party who by mistake paid the amount to the liable customer, to the genuine person. So in that situation, the banker is not supposed to do anything. Here only the customer has to do the thing. So all this situation where the banker is supposed to pay the amount, that is payment of check. Some more few points are there. I will discuss in the next class. Same thing, that is paying banker, or I can say the payment of checks, paying banker or the receiving customer. In that situation, how the payments of checks can be done. And some more points are there. We will deal in the next class. Thank you so much.